So we have come to see the harvesting of opium. It's a very interesting process. You see these nets here. The nets cover the opium field because birds come to eat the poppy seeds inside these pods, and these are precious crops. You don't want them to be eaten up by birds, so that's why they put the net. The whole cultivation of opium is a very tedious process, and each family gets a certain quota of opium that they can grow. So it's controlled. You just can't grow, as much as you like. And there is also constant inspection to see that every ounce of opium collected from here goes to the right people, because they know how much the yield will be from each plot. They have calculated that, and it's on their records. So that's how they control that. And if you produce more, it's okay, but if you produce less, then you're penalized. You may not get the license to grow opium the following year because of this control system. And they get paid quite well, and that's why they take the trouble to grow them. And it's been going on for hundreds of years. And because it's a very remote area, so they are given permission to grow opium, because it's very unlikely that people who deal with drugs will come here this far to collect the extra bit that they produce. So there are control systems here. Opium has always been a medicinal plant. How humankind discovered these poppies is incredible history. And they have so many different properties, medicinal properties. The local people, I would say for thousands of years, used opium as medicine. So if you had aches and pains, you took opium. If you had diarrhea, you took opium. You had cough, you took opium. You had fear, in the army, when they used to go and fight in the army, they used to give opium to the soldiers so that they would be brave to go and face the enemy. And it's used for sleep. It's used for causing clots in wounds, open wounds when you bleed. It is used to stop bleeding. And like this, there are so many different properties. But I reckon, having seen the success of CBD oil in pain management, which is extracted from marijuana, another medicinal plant, and it seems that we have missed out on one important function of opium extract, or one of the fractions, which causes euphoria. It's a state of mind when you're peaceful and happy, and that element has been been there for all these years, but nobody's really studied it. Nobody separated that. I think science will one day come to a point to find out that euphoric fraction of opium. In times of stress, say you have cancer and you're worried, or you have worries due to so many different reasons, a euphoric fraction from opium could be an important medicine. If you go to the local villages, they have pouches. The villagers have pouches, and they keep opium with them. They keep opium in their homes. but you don't see them going around being addicts. They don't use it for recreational purpose. This has come in much later, and it was misused by some people to, I would say, poison the population. And so we go back to opium again and again because we need the morphine. We need the other fractions which are used for in cough medicine, in medicine for diarrhea commonly, but mainly for pain relief. So I think there's a lot to be said about this magical plant, these lovely poppies. There's so much of protection. You've got these beautiful weather and very rich black soil where it grows, and by the look of it, the harvest is good this year. We have henna growing all over the place here, and henna is used to color the hands, make all sorts of designs with this pigment, and it's an incredible thing. But again, another thing that people have discovered for thousands of years, to put henna on their hair, when they get grey, and they put on their bodies. Now I'm going to just show you, they had some unseasonal rain, and the crops are all, part of the crops of course, have been destroyed by the rain. There must have been very strong winds, and although a lot of it is left, and they can get a good harvest out of it. It's a lovely valley here. The soil is black, rich, and they have 2-3 crops in a year, and this is how the people here live off their land. Lots of herbs are available in the forests. The local tribal people, they know these herbs. And I would like to introduce Bhura. This man Bhura has been my Man Friday every time I came here for over the past 28-30 years, and he's always been with me. He knows all the herbs. He's a local tribe, and he's head of his tribe. His villagers, they like him. They live off the forest. The honey they get, the animals they hunt. They're wonderful archers, and they collect medicinal herbs. They collect the fallen wood. They don't cut the trees. They collect the fallen wood for fire to cook. So Bhura is still around. I'm so happy to see him every time I come. He carries water for me and whatever. Once he went up a tree to collect honey for me. He just by blowing off the bees, he'd blow into the air sort of, and the bees would run, and he would collect the honey with his hands. He's not bitten by them, but this is how they lived all their lives. We are in Pangar Fort,